And the opponent of Harry Hogan, the aforementioned Callum, Justin Lee, is now making his way to the first inspection zone, fighting out of RGA Books.
Yeah, two good gyms here matching up against one another. Hustlers MMA and RGA Books. Always produce great fighters. Fantastically well prepared fighters. So I'm sure this is going to be a really entertaining back and forth matchup in our featherweight division.
Callum Justin Lee just making his way down to the second inspection zone. In moments, both fighters will be in the cage for this featherweight bout.
Fighters have been introduced. We've got Harry Hogan here in the red corner in the black and blue shorts. We've got Callum Justin Lee in the blue corner with the blue trunks. And we're about to get underway in this 66 kilograms featherweight matchup. Touch of gloves and a fast start from Harry Hogan.
Yeah, Hogan coming out like a bull here to the southpaw stance of Lee. I think that was a bit of a slip there, John, not a knockdown, but the scrambles are now starting. Lee gets back up to his feet well. Oh, they both exchange low kicks, hard low kicks. They sound vicious.
Yeah, real snap on those low kicks of Harry Hogan. Really come out the blocks at some pace here.
Yeah, it's just calmed down a little bit from those opening few seconds. Lee looks quite composed on the feet. A kick caught by Hogan. They go down to the mat.
He's got to be careful of that submission though. Just got that left leg of Callum Justin Lee.
He's got to get that.
Working for the triangle.
Yeah, he's got to get that left foot underneath the knee of the right leg to really tighten it. But he's got an armbar as well. It's tight.
Beautiful defence there from Harry Hogan, but he's not out of danger in the slightest.
That left foot has got to come under the right knee. And Harry Hogan's defended it well. He's
stepped over beautifully there.
John, that looked close, that armbar.
Yeah, he's right in front of us here, and that elbow was looking like it really hyperextended, but
the triangle never looked like it was really there, but the armbar looked very tight indeed. And now Justin Lee is on top of Hogan in mount against the cage.
Yeah, right.
He's trying to posture up.
Just landing some fizzing left hands that will just get Harry Hogan thinking.
Yeah, Hogan's doing a good job of trying to stay chest to chest here and not allowing the posture from Justin Lee.
Yeah, Callum Justin Lee just grapevine those legs temporarily, making it even more difficult for Harry Hogan to try and escape this position. But
that's the problem, John. Whilst he's trying to hold him chest to chest, he's not trying to escape the position. He's just trying to stall the action, and the referee is never going to stand the fight up in mount. And saying that, Justin Lee pops up, postures up, starts to land some ground and pound.
Yeah, he's landing some nice. It's that left hand mainly that's getting through of the guard of Harry Hogan. He's doing a really nice job here, just maintaining that top control, because it's quite easy to be a bit overly aggressive when you're in that mount position, lose your balance, and then before you know it, you've had your position taken away from you in reverse. But he's doing a really good job here and just landing some of those left hands again.
Yeah, Callum Justin Lee's doing a really good job of momentarily getting his posture up, landing ground and pound, having a moment, then posturing back up again. It's intelligent work. It's intelligent work from the mount from Callum Justin Lee.
Yeah, as you say, it's punch, punch, punch. Regain your centre of balance. ensure that you've got that position locked up. Punch, punch, punch again.
Oh, and a good sweep reversal there from Harry Hogan, who's now in the guard of Justin Lee.
Yeah, beautiful job just towards the end of this first round to reverse that very dangerous mount position.
It always amazes me, those sweeps and reversals from Mount, John, because Harry Hogan spends the majority of the round on his back, not, just trying to stall the action, stop his opponent from posturing up, and then instantly in the blink of an eye towards the end of a round, he sweeps, reverses the position. It's crazy to me how that just happens in just such fast moments, and why the fighter on bottom didn't try that earlier on in the round, because that was a Callum Justin Lee round.
Yeah, definitely, and it'll give him a confidence boost there, Harry Hogan, like you say, knowing that he can get out of these dangerous positions, but he certainly won't want to be there again in this second round. Just looking over at the corner of Callum, Justin Lee, and he's got that really thick frame. Look at those legs for a featherweight, those really thick legs and that backside. That's what gives him all that control and that top pressure.
But then on the flip side from Harry Hogan, he does look like the more nimble fighter, quicker.
Longer as well, yeah.
So it's quite
swings
clear.
and roundabouts.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite clear which range both fighters are wanting this fight. For Harry Hogan, I think he's got to keep distance, try and strike from the outside and see where that gets him. But for Callum Justin Lee, he knows that if he gets Harry Hogan on the mat, then he can have some success.
Yeah, Harry Hogan coming out quick again, just firing after that front kick that lands an inch or two short of the chin of Callum Justin Lee.
Yeah, kicks are being caught as well. I think both fighters have got to be really careful when throwing kicks.
Yeah, they're kind of throwing them a couple of times. Callum Justin Lee just throwing them when he's not really in the right range, and we saw it in the first round when he slipped. And
that was a good head kick there from Callum Justin Lee. It did connect, but didn't have too much power behind it.
Yeah, feinting nicely here. Looks like he wants to fire off that straight left hand, but just feinting his way into it first.
Yeah, he's getting bites from the feint as well, which is the point of feinting on your opponent, and he's just getting reactions and it's getting intel for you to make your reads. But Callum Justin Lee looks really calm and composed right now in this fight.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's stressed, doesn't look like he's having a tough time. Good defence there from Harry Hogan though, got the double underhooks, lifted Justin Lee back up to the feet, defended the takedown in the right way.
Yeah, Justin Lee's moving in and out of range really nicely, showing really good footwork. Obviously seen him now shooting for this takedown, and he's working for the double leg now, but a great base from Harry Hogan.
He's now switched it up to a single leg when he realised he's not going to be able to connect the hands.
He gets the high crotch.
Lifted him.
Great time, and big, heavy, impactful takedown there for Callum Justin Lee.
Yeah, he
beautifully done there when he was going for the double leg, saw it wasn't on, went to that single leg, then the high crotch.
Yeah, chain wrestling 101, couldn't connect the hands behind the butt of his opponent, so instead of, struggling and keeping on the double leg, he switched it up to the single leg, got the high crotch, lifted, dumped him, now settled for half guard. A good sequence from Callum Justin Lee.
And those Americans say that we can't wrestle over here in the UK as well.
Those Americans don't know what they're talking about. Only kidding, of course.
Callum Justin Lee has worked his way back into the mount position again, where he had some real good success in the first round. Hogan looking to just buck up and shrug him off, but no success.
But like you said, John, at the end of that first round, Harry Hogan knows that he can get out of this position now, so I'm interested to see whether he goes to it sooner rather than later.
Here.
But yeah, he's isolated the arm. I think Hogan's trying to do a good job though by, he flattens his arm onto the canvas, that left arm, to prevent the arm triangle submission. But like we said, John, like I was leading on then saying, Harry Hogan's got out of this position once, but he left it too late. I'd like to see Hogan try and sweep and reverse now, not when there's 10 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, because even if Callum Justin Lee isn't landing big shots, but he's getting some through now. It just looks good in the judges' eyes if you're on top and in that mount position and controlling your opponent for 30 seconds, a minute of a 3-minute round. Yeah. And he's going to see out this round on top as well.
I think Callum Justin Lee is controlling this fight. He's got a nasty kick mark on that right leg though from Harry Hogan, but ultimately he is controlling the fight.
We've got Harry Hogan's corner just in front of us here. I'm just trying to listen into what they're saying. I'm sure they'll be urging their fighter to work for the finish in this third round, because it's been 2 rounds of good success for Callum Justin Lee, especially in getting to that mount position that we've spoken about a couple of times. Hogan's got to really ensure that he can keep this fight standing at the distance and range that he wants it to be going into this third and final round.
I think the problem Harry Hogan's having, though, is not that he's doing anything badly. It's Callum Justin Lee seems to be comfortable at all ranges, because when the fight's in close, Callum Justin Lee is using his physicality looking for the takedown, but when they're out in range, Justin Lee's firing off strikes there too. It's not as if he's getting pieced up from the outside and he needs to get inside. Just the range that Justin Lee can fight, he just covers more of it.
Yeah, springing the steps of both fighters as we enter this third round. Great conditioning for the two guys here in the featherweight division. Shout out to both of their teams for getting them in great shape.
2 good low kicks there from Harry Hogan. We've already seen the mark on that right leg of Justin Lee. But again, the kick gets caught, and this is from both fighters, John. They're almost like throwing the kicks and waiting for a picture to be taken afterwards. You need to be pulling that leg back instantly.
Yeah, you need to whip that leg, really, don't you? You can't leave it dangling or hanging around, because your opponent is going to snatch it and try and utilise it to work for a takedown.
And if that's what you do want to do, John, you go to the head where the kick can't be caught.
Yeah. Or very, very low, where you can get your opponent trying to scoop him down and trying to catch it, and then you can come up high and mix the levels.
And Callum Justin Lee's working for this single leg takedown again.
Yeah, we've seen his chain wrestling.
Oh, it's a good trip down to the mat. But Harry is right in the corner of his cornermen, who are just going to be giving him now step-by-step processes of how to get back up to the feet.
Yeah, imploring Harry Hogan to sit up, get his backside against this fence and work his way up the cage wall.
And he's doing a good job not laying flat and allowing, being settled on his back and allowing positions and strikes to come. He's working more in this third round off his back, trying to get back up to his feet. More urgency, I think, is the right word to use in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, certainly, and it's hard not to when you've got your corner so fired up right next to you. But as we say that, Callum Justin Lee makes his way back to a position that we're familiar with in this fight.
Yeah, this mount's been a really dominant position, and it's been a key factor of this fight. The fact that Callum Justin Lee can get to it so easily and do work there, and ultimately Harry Hogan's getting stuck on his back in these positions. The referee's asking for more work, but John, I can't imagine that he would stand them up in this position.
In all my time of watching mixed martial arts, which is a number of years, I don't think I've seen anybody stood up from a mount position. Hit me up on Twitter if anybody out there has seen a fight stood up from mount, because I'll be really interested to see it.
And the posture's there again from Callum Justin Lee, that's looking to rain down some punches on Harry Hogan.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job there, just ensuring that he's busy enough to constantly keep Harry Hogan thinking. But he's grapevining these legs again, which makes it really difficult to try and work your way out of this position.
Yeah, Hogan's just getting stuck on his back at this point. As we enter short time, Callum Justin Lee looking to see out another dominant round. 3 rounds in the books, it seems, for Callum Justin Lee. Obviously, we're not judges, Sean. We don't know what the scorecards are going to be, but we've got a pretty good indication with this one.
Yeah, definitely. And as you mentioned earlier in the fight, take nothing away from Harry Hogan, because he put up a really good fight, and some of the exchanges on the feet were good and crisp and showed some great technique. But it was just when he got caught in that bottom position, Callum Justin Lee was so heavy. His top pressure was so good that Harry Hogan just couldn't escape from that position. And whenever Callum Justin Lee got into that mount, that's how we saw the round out pretty much.
Yeah, it's not what Harry Hogan didn't do, it's what Callum Justin Lee did do. He was dominant on the night, but we will take you over now to Chris Fensom, the MC, to make things official.
On 3
And as we thought, John, Callum, Justin Lee victorious via unanimous decision. A good fight, a dominant fight from Callum, Justin Lee, well deserved and hard fought.
Yeah, no surprises there on the judges' scorecards. Great display from Callum Justin Lee, showing off his technique in all facets of mixed martial arts. Some good striking, excellent wrestling and great top control in the grappling exchanges. Congratulations to your winner, Callum Justin Lee.
Callum, the killer Justin Lee, I guess we should call you. You controlled every part of that fight. I noticed the grappling exchanges, you were always getting the better of those. Is that something that you've been working on in camp, Callum?
It's just, I think, the fact I know I'm strong for this weight class, and if you're coming in and going to just kickbox me, it's not a kickboxing match. I'm going to take you down, I'm going to maul you. That's it, that's the end of the road.
It is mixed martial arts after all. Now, you were landing some really good body kicks there, especially throughout the fight. Were you happy to keep it standing?
I was, but I'm just really sweaty. And every time I kept kicking, I kicked him in the head a few times, and my foot kept going. And I was like, the first one I ended up trying to get him with a triangle. The lad's got big shoulders, I've got chunky legs, that ain't happening. Then, I switched it off, went for an armbar, couldn't get it. I was like, nah. He tried to get on top of me, and I just reversed him. And after that, there's a reason why I'm built like this. I'm holding you down, and there's nothing you can do about it. There is nothing you can do about it.
I think that's a message to the featherweight division here at Battle Arena, isn't it?
Get me one more, then I want a belt.
One more and then a belt. Putting the featherweight division on notice. There's nothing you can do about it. Callum Justin Lee, he's here to stay, folks. Let's go back to the fights.